This is QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I'm Udu Gajaga and thank you for joining us. First, here are the main news headlines. President Barrow inaugurated a mosque in Bakau Newtown on Friday, built by Abubakar Jawara, CEO of Gach Global. The Kunta Kinte Ferry, which was out of service for more than a month and was launched today in Banjul, bringing much-needed relief to the public. The ambassador and head of the delegation of the European Union to the Gambia, Corrado Pampaloni, organized a reception on Thursday to commemorate Europe Day. At an event in Bakau Newtown on Thursday, the Canifing Municipal Council mayor laid the foundation stone, marking commencement of the construction of feeder roads and drainage systems within the municipality. Tivaouane Travel and Tours, in partnership with Canifing General Hospital, held a medical outreach session for 2024 intending pilgrims to get their essential medical documents. Those were the news headlines, now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. President Adama Barrow inaugurated a mosque in Bakau Newtown on Friday, where he also observed Friday prayers. The mosque, which was built by Abubakar Jawara, CEO of Gambia Angola China Holding, that is Gach Global, is named in honor of his late mother. Mahmoud Lamin Choi has the details.
There's a new place of worship in this community of Bakau Newtown. Muslims congregate for Friday prayers in the new mosque. The chief guest at this event is President Adama Barrow, who was invited to officiate at the inauguration of the mosque. Abubakar Jawara is the host of these guests, having built and named this mosque after his late mother, Ajaratu Fatu Kaba. Abubakar Jawara is one of the most successful businessmen in the Gambia. As a devout Muslim, the completion of this mosque marks a significant contribution to Islam and a realization of a dream that he passionately pursued to pay tribute to his late mother. The inauguration is marked by recitations from the Holy Quran and Jummah prayers. The Imam delivers a sermon preaching the teachings of Islam, including the significant reward that awaits a Muslim who contributed to establishing a mosque. After the prayers, President Adama Barrow explains his personal relationship with Abubakar Jawara and the Gach CEO's contribution to employing and supporting Gambians across the country.
I
thank God for witnessing the opening of this mosque. I thank Abubakar Jawara and his family for the honor, which I appreciate. You invited me for this occasion because you like me and my government from the bottom of your heart. You are a very hardworking man and you are very generous. You always help your staff and many other people. The Minister of Lands and Religious Affairs, Hamad N. Keba, recognizes Abubakar Jawara as a good man who loves his country and gives support to Muslims and many other Gambians. We have seen how he supports the Muslims, the needy and government. When a person is blessed with wealth, it should have an impact on people. You share your wealth with people because when you do that, you will find your reward in the hereafter. There are those richer than him, but their contribution is not equivalent to half of what he gives out. Abubakar Jawara is praised by his family for this accomplishment and the honor he has bestowed on his mother with the naming of this mosque. Muhammadu Kaba and Haji Jawara are members of Abubakar Jawara's family.
My uncle, since he built his house, I come to greet him. I enter, I come, I say, your building is good, but it least something. It's what? I say, mosque. You have to get mosque. That time, when his mother come, he sit this area. I say, you have to make this mosque. He said, I will do it here, and I will call in my mother.
It's very important to us today, because this mosque, he has built it in the name of my mother and my father. And so it's not only that one also, it's helping Gambian people. So we are very interested, we are very happy for that one, because that is kind of philanthropist.
Abubakar Jawara is the CEO of Gambia Angola China Holding, GACH. With his large-scale investment in the Gambia, he has played a pivotal role in shaping Gambia's business landscape. Jawara has become a household name known for his philanthropic interventions across the country in several areas, including national development projects. Mahmoud Lamin Chai, QTV News.
The Kunta Kinte ferry, which was out of service for more than a month, was relaunched today in Banjul, bringing much-needed relief to residents and non-residents alike, who rely on the ferry service to travel between the capital city and surrounding areas. Loli M. Camera witnessed the event and filed this report.
Banjul is welcoming what seems to be an almost new ferry to its sources. The Kunta Kinte ferry, which was dry docked since March of this year, was recommissioned and retested to great fanfare and excitement. Having the ferry back in service will improve transportation for the city's residents as well as commuters, tourists and other visitors by connecting Banjul to nearby islands and towns. The ferry can carry over 700 passengers and 27 cars. The managing director of the Gambia Ferry Services elaborates.
We once again want to say sorry for the disruption, and we want to tell them that we are ready to recommence operation. This voyage that we had took us about 30 minutes from Banjul to Bara. It was the final test run that we have done, so that once we go back right now, we would recommence service. So we want to welcome all our general clientele and want to thank them for their patience for the past almost 2 months.
The launch of the new refurbished ferry comes after months of complaints from users as the ferry encountered frequent breakdowns. It is expected that the recommissioned ferry will improve travel efficiency and provide a more comfortable, conducive experience for passengers. Here is Pa Dauda Sanyang, Director of Operations at the Gambia Ferry Services.
Today we are here, everybody is happy. You can see the people coming in, cheering, and that's a good feeling. The next, we have been fighting it, and we still continue to fight it. It has not been easy because some of the culprits who commit these problems come from afar. They don't come from within our borders. So sometimes you think they are doing this thing deliberately, but sometimes you can reason and say, oh, they don't know the repercussions of their activities. But nonetheless, we continue to engage them anytime there is need for us to do that.
Pamodu Juve, a senior captain on board Kunta Kinte, shared his impression after riding from Banjul to Bara.
I observed that the ferry, these new engines, they are very fast because we departed from Banjul and we run for 30 minutes and we are against in the tide. Slowly we run it for 30 minutes, then slowly that the ferry is very fast. When we are going with the tide, it will go less. Yes, less than 30.
Mati Chongan, a resident of Bara, expressed delight at the completion of the ferry and praised the efforts of the management and its workers. She also emphasized the importance of investing in infrastructure to improve the lives of citizens and boost the country's economy. We are very happy today to see the ferry back in operation. We have been sitting for months without having to sell anything, but thank God that is now in the past.
With almost a new ferry in operations, residents and non-residents can now enjoy a smoother and more enjoyable journeys across the River Gambia. For QTV News from Banjul, I am Loliam Kamara.
The ambassador and head of delegation of the European Union to the Gambia, Corrado Pampaloni, organized a reception on Thursday to commemorate Europe Day, signifying fruitful EU-Gambia cooperation and friendship. Lena Igwenipa has more.
Europe Day commemorates the 1950 Schuman Declaration, proposing the creation of a European coal and steel community, the precursor to the European Union. This year marks the 60th anniversary of Europe Day, having been commemorated for the first time in 1964. Corrado Pampaloni emphasized the day's significance in honoring the partnership between the Gambia and the EU.
The Gambia and the EU are long-lasting historical partners but it was the democratic transition in 2017 that opened a new, hopefully, and promising chapter in the country's path and in our cooperation. Between 2017 and the end of this year, the EU will have committed around 500 million euros to support the sustainable socio-economic development, transitional justice, the security sector reform, and democratic governance.
The Gambia and the EU partnership is structured around an annual action plan based on a multi-annual indicative program MIP. The current MIP for 2021 to 2024, with a budget of 119 million euros, prioritizes good governance, green economy for sustainable growth, jobs and human development. Ambassador Pampeloni highlighted the EU's support for reforms in the Gambia.
Some of the key reforms that we support are pushed forward by President Adama Barrow and his government, supported by the National Assembly. These pursue, first, robust and accountable security forces. Secondly, a transitional justice that provides reparation, reconciliation and justice for the victim of past abuses. Thirdly, a new constitution, the mother of all reforms.
Mamadou Tangara, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad, reaffirmed the Gambia's commitment to strengthening partnership with the EU.
The EU has consistently provided support for the Gambia's democratic transition and the implementation of the editions of the National Development Plan. We commend the EU for organizing the Donor Roundtable Conference for the Gambia in Brussels, which successfully mobilized a life support package for the country immediately after it ushered in a new political dispensation. Our partnership with the EU is solidly built on shared values, common concerns and aspirations. I am pleased to note the readiness of both the Gambia government and the EU to have this important partnership further strengthened and expanded to include diverse areas of cooperation.
Europe Day 2024 celebrates the historic achievements of the European Union and reaffirms the values of democracy, human rights and the rule of law. This year's celebration marked Ambassador Pampeloni's last in his role as the EU ambassador to the Gambia. Reporting for KTV News, I am Lena E. Igwenyiba.
From that report by Lena E. Igwenyiba, now we go for a commercial break, and when we return, we still have some more local stories. Do stay tuned.
Green Power was founded in 2001 and is headquartered in Swindon, UK. It is mainly engaged in project investment and operation of fields of photovoltaic power generation, wind power, hydropower, and other clean energy, as well as hydrogen energy, energy storage, comprehensive energy and other fields, contributing more than $50 billion to energy infrastructure. Its business scope covers RCEP countries in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Australia, and Asia. A new chapter is opening, driven by the power of technological change, and we aspire to bring this change to the people of the Gambia, ushering a new era of vitality and sustainability. Green Power sincerely invites sales management and leads to join our company and create a new life together.
ku ñu doon laaj yagsi nañu laay lay li daa Tobaski ak Style QTV 2024 bés ba agsi na jàpp nañu ko on the 17th of this month May fan lay amee ma ngay xewee foofa ca Q City ca Timba nga xam ne féex mag ngelaw la fu ne la lay jaar ñu ngi owaa réew mi ñëw leen ngeen book seeni booking ngeen xool seeni ay sañse yu ngeen mën a julle yéen ak seeni njaboot ndax ñëwkat yi nañu ñëwee ren ji dafa jéggi dayo jëratul ngay dem ci benn marché di jënd pièce yóbbu di ñëw di xat-xatlu da ngay ñëw toog ci biir Tobaski ak Style ca biir Q City nga gis ñetti morceau nga jënd grand boubou tayman daget dress lépp la suñu ay ñawkat préparer gaañi ci Tabaski ji yow mi toog di xaar ñëwal te bul ko kenn nettali di nga fa gis ay sañse dinañ leen amal ay ambiance di nga am entertainment kan moo leen di bégal waa Bright Stars akan xanaa Seex Fall borom daare lamp Fall borom téeméeri sabar juróom fukki tama moo nar a yëngal keroog guddi gi mu doon jàkkaarloo gu mësuta am fenn ci réew mi du xam ngeen QTV ni mu mënee bés ak ni mu fonkee bi le bés di Tobaski ak Style ndax Tobaski la ñuy waajal dafa am am solo lol. Tickets yëpp ngi available right now. Ordinary mu ngi jar $400, VIP $700. Yaa ngi koy amee fii ci biir QCell Kairaba Avenue. Wala nga ekkati sa téléphone jokko ak ñoom ci nu mu gën a gaawee 324-4444 ak QTV ni mu yàggee di jommal askan wi saa ñu teewee seen bés da ngeen di xam ne dañu ko téye amee ñëw nañ ci beneen facette.
Welcome back and thank you very much for joining us. This is QTV News. At an event in Bakau Newtown on Thursday, the Kanifing Municipal Council Mayor laid the foundation stone marking commencement of the construction of feeder roads and drainage systems within the municipality. The event was held in Bakau Newtown. Lamin Alaji Fandindabo reports.
The foundation laying follows the signing of a $300 million project with Longian Roads and Bridges Company Limited last month following a successful bidding process. The Deputy Mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, who doubles as the Councillor for Bakau Newtown and Fajara Ward, Binta Jane Jallo, calls on the people of Bakau and other communities within Kanifing Municipality to continue paying their taxes and rates to enable the council to continue bringing development projects.
As we embark on this exciting endeavor, I am confident that together we will overcome challenges, seize opportunities, and realize the full potential of the Kanifing Municipal Road Network project. Let us work hand in hand towards a brighter future for our municipality.
Paset Sise is the CEO of Kanifing Municipal Council.
As we embark on this endeavor, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to progress, unity, and prosperity. Together, we will build a brighter future for generations to come.
The contractor for the project, Johnny Peng, spoke on behalf of Longian Road and Bridge Company.
On behalf of Longian Road and Bridge Company Limited, I solemnly pledge the following. We will abide by the laws and regulations of the Gambia, respect the religious beliefs and the customs of Gambian people, and we will employ local workers to boost the local economy and provide local employment.
Talib Ahmed Bensouda is the Lord Mayor of KMC.
In addition to the road network project, our broader vision includes initiatives like affordable housing, knowing the rapid population growth in the Kanifing municipality that has led to soaring rental prices, exacerbating housing challenges for many of our residents. Through this program, we aim to provide sustainable housing solutions and alleviate the burden of high rental costs for our citizens. The Council is also committed to the construction of modern markets equipped with daycare centers across the municipality. These markets will create conducive environment for women and young traders, promoting entrepreneurship and economic growth. Additionally, all council-initiated projects will prioritize youth empowerment, ensuring that our young people have the necessary support to thrive. This vision, however, cannot be achieved alone. We call on all residents to lend their support and cooperation as we embark on these future projects. Your involvement and participation are crucial in ensuring the success of all our council projects, including KMRNP and its lasting impact to our community.
The Kanifing municipality is among the communities that frequently experience flooding during the rainy season. The roads and drainage system projects, when completed, are meant to mitigate flooding and ease traffic congestion, allowing the free movement of goods and services. For QTV News, I am Lamin Alaifandindabo.
Tour One Travel and Tours, in partnership with Kanifing General Hospital, held a medical outreach session for 2024 intending pilgrims to get their essential medical documents. Babukar Sise tells us more.
The Saudi Arabian Ministry of Health recommends that all travelers arriving from countries at high risk of yellow fever or meningitis must present a valid vaccination certificate at the point of entry, proving they have been vaccinated. Health officials from the Kanifing General Hospital screened the intending pilgrims at the Tivaouane Travel Office at Latrikunda, German. The partnership started in February this year after Tivaouane Travel and Tours Pilgrims Foundation offered to adopt and sponsor a ward at the hospital.
The request to adopt a ward.
Your request to adopt a ward is possible. We will reach out to you at the right time and we will tell you our expectations. From there, we will identify a ward and give it to you for adoption.
We have a team of medical doctors, nurses, public health officers. They came to take the records of the pilgrims as they would normally do at the hospital. We didn't want our pilgrims to go to the hospital and stay in long queues, and we wanted to reduce the load on the hospital as well, so that work is much easier for them.
Alhaji Babakar Cham is the president of Tivaouane Travel and Tours Pilgrims Executive Foundation.
Out of the soul and spirit of that partnership, came the idea of trying to discuss them, to negotiate with them. It has been decided that yes, the pilgrim will pay what they were supposed to pay. So you'll have one-step shop for the intending pilgrims.
Khalifa Sana Dabo, principal lab scientist and head of lab at Kanifing General Hospital, explains the health screening process.
We are screening them for basic laboratory tests like blood sugar, urinalysis, blood grouping, as well as the HP, so that medical doctors will consider them fit to travel to Mecca.
Imam Alhaji Basiru Lee and Aisa Tafsir Gay are Hajj guides for Tivaouane Travel and Tours. Today is for the first group, and the second group will come next week. We divided 155 pilgrims into two groups. They have done their test and received their certificates. So, we are delighted because Kanifing General Hospital staff brought the equipment here. We paid the cost and they gave us official receipts.
Official receipt. You can have all the money in the world and you are not well, you will not be able to perform the Hajj. This is why we are doing this, and if the doctors detect anything at this stage, they will be able to prescribe some medication for the pilgrims to start using before they leave.
Tentu Jaju Sonko is an intending pilgrim with Tivaouane Travel and Tours.
Instead of joining long queues at the hospital, they organized this event to ease the burden on pilgrims.
To strengthen the partnership, in February this year, Tivaouane Travel and Tours Pilgrims Executive Foundation made cash donations to patients admitted at Kanifing General Hospital to help them pay their medical bills. Officials of Tivaouane Travel and intending pilgrims are delighted that Kanifing General Hospital have brought such vital medical services to their doorsteps. Babakar Sise, QTV News.
From that report, now to international news. Namibia has achieved a remarkable milestone, becoming the first African country and the first high-burden country globally to eliminate vertically transmission of both HIV and hepatitis B from mother to child. Lena E. Igwenyipa reports.
Namibia, a country with over 200,000 people living with HIV, has seen new infections disproportionately affecting females. Globally, 2.5 million children have avoided vertical transmission of HIV since 2010, of whom 28,000 live in Namibia. The country has achieved nearly universal availability of HIV testing among pregnant women and has witnessed a 70% reduction in vertical transmission over the last 20 years. In 2022, only 4% of babies born to mothers living with HIV acquired the virus. Additionally, almost 80% of infants received a timely birth dose of the hepatitis B vaccine, a key metric of success in the elimination process. The World Health Organization has awarded Namibia Silver Tier status for progress on reducing hepatitis B and Bronze Tier for progress on HIV, based on specified criteria. Namibia's achievement is the result of a concerted strategy to curb the transmission of hepatitis B, HIV, and syphilis, in line with WHO's triple elimination initiative aimed at safeguarding the health of mothers and children. Other African countries, including Botswana, South Africa, Ghana, Malawi, and Rwanda, have achieved similar milestones in eliminating mother-to-child transmission of HIV, thanks to comprehensive prevention methods. In the Gambia, significant progress has been made in reducing mother-to-child transmission of HIV, with new infections among children dropping from an estimated 1,400 in 2010 to 310 in 2020, according to the joint United Nations Programme on HIV and AIDS. Namibia's first national elimination strategy was initiated in 2014, following by the National Roadmap to Elimination of HIV and Syphilis in 2020, with viral hepatitis B added later. Namibia established a multi-sectoral national validation committee in line with WHO guidance for elimination of the 3 diseases. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Gwenyiba.
Now, before we end this news bulletin, here is a recap of our main news headlines. President Barrow inaugurated a mosque in Bakau Newtown on Friday, built by the CEO of Gach Global, that is Abubakar Jawara. The Kunta Kinte Ferry, which was out of service for more than a month, was launched today in Banjul, bringing much-needed relief to the public. The ambassador and head of the EU delegation, the European Union to the Gambia, Corrado Pampaloni, organized a reception on Thursday to commemorate Europe Day. At an event in Bakau Newtown on Thursday, the Kanifing Municipal Council Mayor laid the foundation stone marking commencement of the construction of feeder roads and drainage systems within the municipality. Tour One Travel and Tours, in partnership with Kanifing General Hospital, held a medical outreach session for 2024 intending pilgrims to get their essential medical documents. That's all we have time for in this news bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. Join us tomorrow for more news and have a good night. Bye.